Hey guys, this is Night of Mohawk. Welcome to our first video about upcoming games. We're going to talk about the features and things like that. So let's first start with all the games coming out in February.
Okay, so our first February release is Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. This is the one I'm most excited about. It's an action RPG scheduled to be released on February 7th.
Yeah, it's the lead designer from the Elder Scrolls 3 and 4 is working on it, which is pretty cool. It's like a mix between like the Elder Scrolls games, like RPG style, and God of War, which you can really tell if you watch the trailer.
There's land is made up of 5 regions that have been said to be very different from each other.
Yeah. There's 4 playable races: the Almain, Docklefur, the Losselfar, and the Varani.
There's 3 class ability talent trees. Might, which is kind of like a fighter class. Finesse, which would be like a rogue class. Sorcery, which would be like a mage class. And each tree is said to have 22 abilities per
Yeah,
tree.
so if you're like a huge fan of God of War and a huge fan of Elder Scrolls,
This is the game.
You should crap your pants right now. Alright, the second game we're going to talk about is The Darkness 2, which is like a first-person action / horror game, I guess. I remember the first Darkness came out, I think it was the PS3 game, I guess Xbox 2. Came out quite a while ago, so it's been
2007.
2007, yeah, so when it first came out, so it's been quite a while in the making. It's like, you have a gun and stuff, you can use a gun, and you also have an extra 2 snake creatures, and you can rip people's hearts out with it. It's extremely violent. Don't buy it for your little children. 4-year-old kids should not play it, but yeah.
Buy it especially for your little children.
But yeah, okay, anyway. Don't bring it to show and tell.
Okay, so our third game here is SSX, scheduled to be released on February 28th. And it's a revival of the 12-year-old series made by Electronic Arts. Anyone who's played the old versions of these games knows that they were pretty cool snowboarding games. I don't know much about this new one, but I know it'll definitely be something I look at based on the old ones.
And the next game is Syndicate. It comes out on the 21st.
They have completely changed the game series from a tactical shooter to now it's a first-person shooter.
Yeah, you can slow down time, bullet time, and interact with the digital world around them.
And it's been mainly described as a mix kind of combo between Crysis and Mass Effect.
Then we have UFC Undisputed 3. It comes out on the 14th. It's got new Pride mode, Pride rules, rings, and fighters, new submission system, new offensive and defensive stats, and new fighter entrances, which is always kind of cool.
Alright, our next game is Azura's Wrath. It's scheduled to release February 21st. And it's an action fighter game, but not in the style of Street Fighter. It's actually 3D. So instead of the side-scrolling style, it surprised me. It looks really cool. I hadn't heard much about it, but it looks pretty impressive.
Alright, next game we have comes out on Valentine's Day, the 14th. Twisted Metal. Perfect way to celebrate Valentine's Day with some vehicular combat. It's the 8th game in the series, PS3 exclusive. It's a pretty big deal. It's been, hyped for a while. It's the 8th game. I think I just said that. It's the first set of games that comes out. We'll have a voucher to download the old Twisted Metal Black, PS3 remake. It's not changing anything. It's just you can play that game on the PS3. And I think the new Twisted Metal is focused a lot on multiplayer. But anyway, it should be pretty good. Alright, now we have the Jak and Daxter HD collection. Comes out on the 7th, I think. Yeah, the 7th. And this is my pick of the month, because I really like the original Jak and Daxter, the 3 games on the PS2, the 6 games. So now they're in HD. You can't really get much better than that. Except for the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, but that's another story. So.
Alright, so our next game is Resident Evil Revelations, which is coming to the 3DS on February 7th. For a DS game, it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's not that often that the handheld, any of the DSs have gotten this kind of game. But obviously, you can only tell so much online how it's going to look, because you can't see the 3D without actually being there. So, it'd be interesting to see what it looks like in person.
All right, then we have Metal Gear Solid 3D. See what they did there? It's the for the 3DS. It's a remake of the 2004 classic Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, but it's in 3D obviously, so it should be pretty good. It comes out on February 21st, 2012. If you have a 3DS, go buy it. If don't, then buy a 3DS. All right, thanks for watching our February release list. Stay tuned next month for our March release list, March Madness as we call it. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And by the way, if you don't subscribe when you go to bed later, I'm going to be under your bed.